obviously the Bible, everybody's, if you have a faith, you're going to say that. But early on, it was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. A lot of people got real estate investing from that book. What I got was build companies that produce cash flow to invest in other assets to pay for your lifestyle. So that's what I took away from that. And that's what I did. And that's why I started so many companies and did what I did. Then there was the power of positive thinking. And then there was Think and Grow Rich. So those were the cornerstones of me saying, this is it. I'm going to go after my dream. And I started my first company, 1997, and I've been self-employed ever since, never had to look back. These days, so those were the basics. There's a lot of great books out there these days. I'm reading a bunch of different great books. I read Principles by Ray Dalio, great book. I read one called Positivity by Harry Edelson. It's all about living a happy, fulfilled life where there is no backlog in your life. You take care of things now, you get things done now. Harry Edelson was the most quoted guy on Wall Street at one time. He's created 12 unicorns, which are companies that sold for or were valued at $1 billion, venture capitalist. So very serious individual. Go look him up, Harry Edelson. Positivity, unbelievable book in terms of, and that's how I operate. I have zero backlog in my life. I don't put off anything today for tomorrow that I can knock out right now. Everything. My email inbox is clear. My desk is clear. I take care of it right now. I have a lot of great mentors, that in my personal life that are all business, entrepreneurs at different levels. Some are in companies, some are developers. And I mean, they're pretty strong. I've got guys that are 500 million to $1 billion that personally mentor me. We have that kind of a relationship that I can pick up the phone, anytime. And different industries, one was Dollar General guy, founder of Dollar General. He's been an unbelievable, guy to talk to. So Kurt Richardson with Otterbox, I had a great conversation with him, one time. He's been, he gave me some great lessons, and, he's an unbelievable guy. And then the books. So every book I read is a mentor. So, if you don't have people in your life, there's books, and those have been my mentors. So all the way back to Napoleon Hill, Norman Vincent Peale, Robert Kiyosaki, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, all the greats, right? Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, all of those guys in that area. Then like Sam Zell in real estate, Donald Trump, whether you love him or hate him, understanding what he's done in real estate and how he managed through bankruptcy and all those things. There's just, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's a great guy to learn from. The billionaires that I know, those were great conversations with those guys. Like Kurt Richardson, he said, man, I can tell you about a time when I was all but bankrupt. I was bankrupt all but for signing the paper. He said, I went down on my knees in my garage and I prayed. I got up and I went back to work. He said, I closed that company. I was $1 million in debt. Fast forward now 20 years. He's a billionaire, has his own jet. And, he's laughing about it, right? And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't funny back then, was it? He's like, no. Finding untapped potential and helping people recognize it, realize it, and reach their God-given talent, the reason they were put on this earth, that tickles me and always has more than anything else that I do, any money I can make, any business deals I can do. It's when that light bulb goes off in an individual and they're like, I get it. Now I know what I was made to do. And not only that, I know I can do it. And not only that, I'm doing it, right? So those levels of taking an individual from scratch to where they were ultimately meant to be and get on that path that they were created to do, that fills me and tickles me more than anything else. Man, I love developing people.